Hello and welcome back to the third edition of UNI.MINDS Festival. This is our second session today. My name is Andrej and I would like to introduce two fireside chatters, one from industry and one from academia. Mr. Marko Mandelj is from company KOLEKTOR and assistant Dr. Hugo Zupan from the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering. Between this session, you can also ask questions in chat. Mr. Mandelj and Mr. Zupan, please take the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Andrej, for the announcement. Yes, welcome to our session. Today we will speak about, I believe, very interesting topic. The title is manufacturing, but you'll see we will go into field of digitalization. And firstly, let me introduce myself. So my name is Dr. Hugo Zupan, and I've been working basically in industry because I started my career in Faculty for Mechanical Engineering. But from day one, I've been working with industry partners on the field of digital twins, digital models, artificial intelligence, smart factory. I also did my PhD on this topic, and in this now is almost 10 years. I've done dozens of different projects, small and big. Maybe the biggest one that I'm mostly proud of is the new factory for robots in Slovenia. I was in the core team that we built factory from scratch, basically. And I also need to mention that I am in laboratory, LASIM laboratory, that is run by Professor Herakovic. And yeah, so basically that's a little bit about myself. Mr. Mandelj, you.
Thank you, Dr. Hugo, for kind words. Hello, everybody. My name is Marko Mandelj, and I work in automatization and informatization of production sites. Nowadays, terminology digitalization for industry. That means that I, design and implement different solutions in the field of automatization, IoT, MIS, and so on, in different industry sites in Slovenia and abroad. So, and also I at the moment lead the strategic development of our solutions for digitalization in industry.
Perfect, thank you. So you mentioned digitalization, right? It's a buzzword right now. Maybe with your experience, digitalization didn't start last year, right? Digitalization started approximately what, 20, 30 years ago in a manufacturing.
Yes.
And how do you see digitalization evolve in this time? Because you were basically there from the start.
When we started 45 years ago, it was so-called automatization. That means computerization of the production. And automatization is not stopped, not even finished, because nowadays in many of the production sites, they still doesn't have automated machines. That means we are still in the previous phase of computerization, but the biggest change is in the acceptance of new technologies, which are developed very, very, very fast. And the most, presenting item for this change is smartphone and appropriate applications like Google and so on, which are all based on data.
Data is the the king, right? So I believe that's my opinion. Please tell me what you think. But I believe that people think, the common people think that digitalization equals robotization. So if you have robots, then you did your job. You have a smart factory. But I know you know that this is not the case, right? Robots in itself is just, let's say, a worker. Yeah, it's a worker that is made out of steel and electronic. But still, if you don't give him, let's call him, the right input, the right data, basically, then it just lays there and do nothing in theory. What do you think about that?
Definitely, because digitalization is not just industry. Digitalization is our everyday life. And if you look in your bedroom or main room, you see that you have smart TV, you have smart media center and so on, but they don't have any robots, but they are digital. You have digital home. In industry, robots are, how can I say, more advanced manipulating machine. Nothing else, nothing more. That means that he just repeat pre-programmed functions. It could be very flexible, it could be very fast, it could be very reliable, but still it's just a machine. Digitalization in product, in industry, means that you go from automatization, the next level of automatization. That means automatization of the task management of the processes, management of the data, and management of the documentation, which must be digital. And this is all, I will repeat again, everything is based on data. That means robots will do their work, but somebody must tell him what to do in which time space. So that is digitalization. Nowadays, this is pre-programmed and people who change the rhythm of the robots. But digitalization means that a robot will adapt to the situation in the shop floor in the moment when they must to change their work, their rhythm, or whatever.
Yeah, that's really nicely put. So me and colleagues, we think that the backbone of digitalization are digital twins. And why is that? Because digital twins, basically, they operate with data, right? But more than that, they have their own knowledge, their own artificial intelligence, intelligent algorithms that can, like you said, adapt to any situation. Because the manufacturing, the production itself, it's a complex system, totally unpredictable at times. At times you can predict pretty good, but you need to have some tool for this constant changes, for this control. And I personally believe that digital twin is a good backbone, and then you put on all the other technologies that are so many. We could talk about for hours the other technologies, but in my opinion, you start with digital twin. And what is digital twin for those who don't know? So you basically transform the real system into a computer. You make a digital model, and then this digital model is acting exactly the same as the real system. And when you have this, then you connect digital model with the real system by sensors and data and all that stuff. And then they interact, the real system with digital model interact, and you build this digital twin. And then this digital twin basically runs parallel to real system, and all the time is checking, looking for better solutions to eliminate waste, to to find this so-called optimal production plan, which is really the holy grail of it all. But yeah, so what do you think about digital twins? You probably have you are doing digital twins in your own way for the last couple of years, right?
Definitely. Digital twins is how can a backbone of digitalization industry. Nowadays, they are for understanding, because digital twin and understanding the digital twin is very, how can I say, tricky, because every people has.
You cannot grab them, right?
Yes,
they are there somewhere.
That's matter of knowledge and how can I say, backgrounds and so on. But in short, in the industry, they have how can I say, industry 4.0 have some idea about that, and they said that factories or production sites must have digital twin of the product and digital twin of the production, because the product must have complete copy, digital copy of a real product with all dimensions, physical, chemical, and every layer which is necessary to then make, how can I say, a prepare production to make product like it was designed in the previous stage. And all this, it's complicated, but in short, if you have some CAD system who has higher level of awareness, that means it's more digital twin, then you have also all the data necessary for digital twin for production. That means that you can run production accordingly the situation in the shop floor, and to achieve maximal output for minimal price and the maximum quality, of course. This is called zero batch production, which means every product could be different. And this came also from the automotive industry, where you can, if you look on their plant and see the production line, you see that every car is different, and they just adapt, and they make it. How to do it, this is different story.
And I don't think that people who buy cars, and everybody wants a unique car, they don't really understand how tricky that is for the production. If everybody, you know, in the beginning of the 19th century or 20th century, Model T, well, you could have it in any color as long as it was black, right? And everybody had the same. And this is, of course, nowadays, this would be the perfect production. But now everybody wants something new, something extra on their car.
Personalized products.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the trouble that the manufacturers go through to deliver that is really intense. And this is a story for another time. But yeah, with digital twins, with all these new technologies, we are basically, we can have, everybody can have different cars. Without those technologies behind it, it would be impossible, in my opinion.
Definitely, these technologies are enablers for our digital future.
Yeah.
And this future will not now come with one project. Digitalization is for next 20 years, at least.
Let's talk a little bit about cooperation between different, let's say, industry partners, because I believe that we must work together, because digitalization, it's such a vast and complex topic that one-man band here is just not an option. We collaborated before, a couple of years ago, and I really hope that we will do that also in the future.
Definitely.
And in Slovenia, it is for sure everybody wants to do on its own. Everybody wants to be an alpha dog, but I believe this is not the way to go in the future, especially in this area. Well, what do you think about cooperating companies, faculties, doing projects together, hand by hand?
First of all, we must be clear in our minds that Slovenia is just follower of the how can I say, world trends, and be good follower and you will be successful, because we are quite small. Our most of industry is so-called boutique industry. That means it's prepared for small batches, prepared for one piece of product and so on. And this digitalization could be the most beneficial just for this type of industry. So, but on the other hand, I know in Slovenia cooperation almost not existing. When I travel through the Germany, I saw quite a lot of cooperative projects where different companies invest money in one project and make multiplication of investment. Because for digitalization, you need a lot of money long term. But in Slovenia, when we saw in this government opportunity for money and so on, everybody's their own master, and it's not fine. It's not successful.
And I really hope that let's say next generation, that we will overcome this and really start working together. So I really emphasize this for all you listeners, that this is really the key, that we must work together in order to succeed. Otherwise, we will just fall behind so much. It will be hard to then come back. Okay, so maybe just a little, now we are just talking about positives and that stuff, maybe just a little real life now, real statistic. The statistic goes that 70%, not 70% of all digitalization projects fail in industry. And that in terms of money is more than 500 billion euros are wasted on wrong project, on project that don't deliver and so on. So well, what to do then? So is digitalization the way to go or not because of this statistic? What do you think?
Digitalization is definitely way to go, but how can I say, in first degree, management is the key. Because digital projects are not technical projects. Digital projects are just, how can I say, you must have people, you must have teams who know how to do projects, and that is the first problem. And this is the first reason why the project failed. And the second is 100% support from the management. And don't change the goals in the path. When you're making project, don't change the goal. If you change the goal, you ruined the project. Fact. That is fact, and you are automatically in this 70% of failures.
Yeah.
It's difficult because most of the company doesn't have enough human resources, enough knowledge, and that is here I came back to the previous topic, cooperation. Yeah. Find the people, find the teams, make a stable, reliable, long-term plan, schedule, and go with the teams, with the companies, with the outsourcing who know how to do the project in industry.
Yeah, who has done it times and times again, right? Yeah,
because I'm
very I'm really proud that basically all my projects that I did, they are functioning, they're working. They are not put in some drawer and oh yeah, we did some digital twin and it's there somewhere. No, it's used every day. So this is the key.
People must know the digital projects are not impossible.
Yeah.
They are very possible. They're very real. They really change and how can I say improve the business of the company. But you cannot take it easy. Take seriously, and you will succeed in your long-term plan. And of course, why to do digital project to improve your business model, not technical platform for your company.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day, because we have all these tools, right? All these tools for digitalizations are available to us. But that doesn't mean that, let's say, I would take a racket from Federer, Nadal, or Djokovic into my hand. That wouldn't make me the best tennis player out there, right? I would still need to put in the work, the sweat, the tears. And here is exactly the same. Yeah, you can have the best software, but if you don't have the people who will use it, if you don't have the skills to use it, if you don't research, if you don't go into depth, you know, basically you will have a very expensive software that nobody will use.
In short term, you have the best of equipment, the best of software you can possibly get. I said you have Ferrari. But your business goal is to move tons of sand. What you do with Ferrari, you must buy some truck and you will be successful. And that's the problem of digitalization. People doesn't know exactly what to do to succeed and to support their own business, not somebody else's ideas.
And maybe, you know, we think of digitalization of this high-end godlike thing, but without common sense, you will fail.
You will fail without common sense.
Advice.
Yes, and without very strong focus on your employment, on your people in all levels of production.
Yeah,
because the people are the key. People are the key. Technology is just enabler.
Yeah, yeah, and that will not change anytime soon. So really, people, the knowledge, invest in people. If you are a manager of the company, invest in people, invest in knowledge for these new tools, new digitalization, and the results will follow. That's for sure.
Everything is changed, but nothing is changed.
I can see Andrei is turned on the camera, so that means that our time is basically up, right?
Yes,
it was too
right.
short, and I knew it would be.
Thank you very much for your interesting dialogue. I think this is the very good end. People and collaboration is the key. Also, the digitalization processes, like in other projects. I think it's the same. It's nothing different here. If people are not collaborating, then you will fail. This is the truth, probably. What do you think?
Absolutely. In the history, in nowadays, the people are always the keystone of every success.
So yes, don't be afraid that this new technology will take your job. No, it will not. It will just empower you to do more, to have more time, or to find something more meaningful. Let's say like that.
Exactly.
Great. Thank you. I cannot imagine better Finnish words for dialogue. So thank you for this fireside chat. Thanks also to participants for being with us today, and please join us to the next session at 10 o'clock in 4 minutes. There will be good practice examples and presentation of current opportunities supported by IIT Hub Slovenia. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you again.
Thank you again. Bye.